Wiluna Mining is a gold producer, developer and explorer with a large high-grade resource located smack bang in the middle of Western Australia. Today I'm joined by Executive Chair Milan Jerkovic. Hi Milan, how are you?
Good day, Danika. Nice to be with you again.
So tell me Milan, why should I invest in Wiluna Mining?
The main thing is after 18 months of significant investment, we're at a position now where we're basically going from a small, modest operator to doubling production in the next 6 months right in front of us. We've spent a fair bit of investment in drilling, in surface infrastructure, in a processing plant and underground mine development, which is going to see this now transformed into a 10-year operation producing more than 100,000 ounces a year. And we should be able to deliver that clearly towards the end of the second half of this year. In the meantime, we are sitting on a very large endowment of 5.5 million ounces, which is going to grow over the next 5 years. We're drilling aggressively, and we've got an exciting tier 1 location with a geological system that, if approached properly, should actually make it a tier 1 mine producer within the next 5 years.
And what sets Wiluna apart from other gold producers, either aspirational or existing gold producers?
Well, if you look at the two camps, aspirational producers don't have infrastructure. We've got a significant amount of infrastructure that we're leveraging off the past operators and underground mine development. We've got water, we've got power, we've got our own gas pipeline. So we've got incumbency. We can get to production earlier. Secondly, if you look at some of the operators, well, the thing that we have is a single location, large resource, where we don't have to go and chasing resources from different small mines to feed a number of process plants. We can expand this one single process plant to a significant producer, as I said, 100,000, pushing through to doubling that in the next 3 years, and then again, doubling that again, subject to outcomes from the geological. But it's all one geological system. On top of that, we've got this large ground holding in the northern goldfields, which has other mining camps, which we'll look at as we go and bring shareholders additional ore bodies, in the next 10 years as we explore the full ground package. So for a small company, we were sitting on a sizable single location asset that can be transformed into a big company.
Tell me about the team. What distinguishes Wiluna?
So we've got a team that's got a lot of experience. In fact, we had to bring some people out of retirement, including myself, to tackle this asset. But we built a number of mines in the cycle, turned around assets that other people didn't love necessarily. And we did that through the application of technology, time, and the right mine plans. And that can only be done if you've got a large geological system where the right planning and the right team can then execute, which is what we've done in the last 18 months. And clearly that's culminated now in a company that's going to have a 10-year cash flow profile that allows us to support the next stage of trying to unlock the value of this large foot. And there are not many gold systems in Australia with 20,000 ounces per vertical metre down to 200 metres. Ours is 15,000 down to 600 metres already, and over 4 kilometres. It's shallow, so if you build it properly, it's going to be a very low development cost per ounce. And that's what we're trying to do systematically over the next 5 years.
Yeah, it's a huge gold endowment. There's no question about that. And you mentioned that execution of the strategy is going to drive share price performance. So on the production targets of 100,000 ounces this year in 2022, doubling that by 2025, how are they going to achieve that?
So if you look at what we've done, we've commissioned our concentrator, which is our big sort of physical thing that people can see. We now have to ramp up mine production to match its capacity. We are exceeding throughput in the concentrator, which should give us some opportunity. The mine clearly needs to go from development focus, which is lower grade ore, to high-grade stopes that we develop. Once we get to 80% high-grade stopes and 20% development, we should be hitting our run rate of around 6,000 to 8,000 ounces of gold a month.
Changing gears a bit, tell me about your ESG credentials. What's Wiluna doing on the sustainability front?
Yeah, so there's a number of things that we're doing there. I mean, it's a large mine site. It's got some legacy issues. We're obviously trying to work on all those. In the meantime, one of the main things we've done is to focus medium to long term on trying to get some green power to lower our carbon footprint. We've installed a small battery to help get rid of our diesel sets already. We're now looking long term to produce solar and some wind to offset our hydrocarbon gas usage over the long term. And that'll just be an ongoing process. In the meantime, we're looking at obviously at water conservation, we're looking at energy conservation, so across all the fields. And then, of course, all of the other environmental aspects to make sure that our site is managed in a clean, sustainable way. In the meantime, we have a disadvantaged community that we operate on, so we engage with them in terms of the school, in terms of local projects, in terms of trying to assist them to, as guests in their neighbourhood, to be able to have an arrangement where we can, in any way we can assist to better their lives and assist them in their social programs. We will do that as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So looking ahead, what can investors expect from Wiluna over the next 12 months?
So the immediate expectation is obviously 1 quarter of steady state production, probably at half production from this new mine that's been built, and clearly the 3 months after that is continuing to ramp up to get to a larger sustainable production rate, commercial production. And then we're generating cash flow, underlying cash flow, which supports all our aspirations going forward. After all this 18 months of work, we'll be publishing a PFS and a DFS on future path, or how we want to take the asset forward, with a view to demonstrate that there's the next stage and sort of expansion to about 200,000 ounces or more, which will probably involve upsizing the current concentrator somewhat and maybe bringing in the free milling circuit that we're currently not using. We also are commissioning a tailings retreatment plant, which adds about 15,000-20,000 ounces on a 20-year basis to the operation as well. So that's all, exciting stuff that's happening. In the meantime, we've had 2 resource rigs underground, 2 grade control rigs. We're now ramping up, starting February with 4 drills on the surface to start an extensive drilling program, to then start to look at demonstrating the scale of Wiluna beyond this known 10-ounce envelope mined and what's existing, to add another 5 or 7 million ounces to that inventory over the next 5 years. All the results that we've produced in the past when we've been drilling have been stunning. So we expect stunning results to come through as we gear up our exploration program as well.
Yeah, it's certainly a very exciting time. It seems like a bit of an inflection point, both with the step change in production, but also the massive exploration campaign that no doubt will continue to deliver stunning results. So thank you very much for joining me today, Milan. It's been a pleasure to talk to you and look forward to following your progress.
Thank you.